Hello, angels. So, I wanted to come on and share with you today something that I haven't heard anyone talk about in terms of really your leadership and supporting people and actually getting your medicine through to people. I've had a few like aha moments in the last few months that I wanted to share with you. So this is for you, for my people who are doing the good work, you're sharing your soul work in a sacred business, in your mission, showing up online on social media, using the tools, using the technology to get your message out, to get your medicine out. And the intention for what I'm about to share is to help you actually help people. That's my intention for this transmission is the two pieces that are very helpful pieces, so stick around, are going to help you to actually change lives, okay? So, I want to share with you from my own journey because I think that is the best way to share this. So, I think for a long time, what was happening for me in my soul's work was I wasn't fully valuing, and I'm still on this journey, right? But I wasn't fully valuing my zone of genius. So, my zone of genius, and it's taken me a while to recognize this, is in my transmissions. By transmissions, what I mean is my meditations that are very channeled from the quantum realms. Like I work with archangels and dolphins and whales and ascended masters and the color flames and the Lemurians. And, probably like a lot of you, like I work very quantumly. And when I can channel a meditation, an activation in a one on one session, when I'm reading exactly what my client needs and the beings are coming in and things are going wild and healing so much, or if it's like in a ceremony, like a live ceremony in person or online, and I'm channeling in that realm, that's like my zone of genius is being able to transmit and activate people. Like people will sit in my transmissions and after be like, whoa, yeah, something happened. And first, it took me, well, a while to be able to say that out loud and even recognize that. But then also to actually value that enough that it's like I think maybe before unconsciously I felt like I needed to be good at so many different things. Like I needed to be like the best teacher and be the most engaging teacher and talk about things. And then also I needed to be like, I don't know what I felt like I needed to be good at, but like all the things, like everybody has these unique zones of genius. And like I think that I felt like offering powerful meditations was just like not enough to actually build a successful business and ministry around. Okay, so I want to pause there. Like, first, what's your zone of genius? What is your, like, where do you excel? Like, do you read the Akashic Records like a boss? Are you a really amazing womb healer, with whatever technique or modality you use? What is your zone of genius? You can let me know in the comments. And if you don't know, then in this conversation and from here, I invite you to just open your heart and really like ask the question, what is my zone of genius? What is my soul really good at? When my soul channels through me, well, my soul is me. So when I'm really embodying my soul and channeling my soul work, what is my zone of genius? So one within that, I want to encourage you to know that you can actually build your sacred business around that zone of genius, and it's enough. Like I was speaking to my friend the other day and I was reflecting back to her. I was like, your zone of genius to me, because I had a session with her, is holding space. Like I was like in the session, she was like connecting with my inner child and she was asking my inner child stuff, and my inner child was just like literally out loud to her was like, fuck you. Like, get the fuck away from me. Because I was just being authentic. I was like, this is what my inner child is saying to you. And she just held space. It didn't freak her out. And we got to an amazing place at the end of the session where I felt a lot better and I felt really held. And I reflected to her, like, your zone of genius to me, as I can see it, is holding space, holding loving space. And she was like, oh my God, it's like, I didn't even think that I could, like, build my offerings around holding space. Like, that never occurred to me. And I said, that is a real gift. Like, your ability to hold space is something that actually not a lot of people have. And it's extremely healing. And she wasn't even, it was just like, duh to her. Like, her zone of genius, which often our zone of genius is, it's like, well, duh, of course I can do that. Like, that's no big thing. People aren't going to sign up for that. But in truth, absolutely, for this friend and for me in my meditations, like, people will sign up for that. That is your magic and your medicine. And so my encouragement in step 1 is identify your zone of genius and then value it. And you might think your zone of genius is really random, or it's like really specific, or whatever. But just allow yourself for a moment to go, wow, like, I'm really, really good at this one thing. Or maybe these 2 things, a couple things, and I'm going to start to really value that. I'm really good at channeling from the quantum, like me. I'm really good at activating people to their primal energy and allowing them to scream out their rage. I'm really good at that. What are you really good at, okay? Now, 2, this is a really, really important piece, okay? After you've identified your zone of genius, I want you to sit with yourself and ask authentically, how can I best, I'm going to rephrase that because I'm speaking about, like, sharing your zone of genius online and in your sacred business. So what platforms and what modes of expression are the best vehicles for my zone of genius? So what I've realized lately, because my transmissions are my zone of genius, okay, this is what you get if you work with me one-on-one or in my programs, right? So I'm doing lots of transmissions and meditations, but I realized Instagram and these little Instagram, like, 1-minute reels and carousels, I'm not able to really transmit my zone of genius and let people have the experience of it on a platform like Instagram. Okay, I can more in the lives, right? Because I'm able to have more spaciousness and time. But just in a 1-minute reel or in a quick carousel with some text, you're not actually receiving my actual medicine and zone of genius. So it's like, think about that. If you have this medicine and in your one-on-one programs or in your offerings and group courses, your medicine is expressed and this is what you give to people. But say, like, for me, right, that the deeper meditations, the ceremonies, but how you actually express that to your people and let them know about you, you're not doing that. And you're not able to, like, fully take up space and do that. It's going to be a disconnect and people aren't really going to know what you do. Okay, so what then? So I realized that we have these, well, I knew this, but I realized more about this, that we have these different tools at our disposal right now. We have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have an email, like email marketing and email list, we have Facebook. We have podcasts. Let me know if I'm missing anything. And what I can do is go, okay, what tool is going to best transmit my medicine and my zone of genius for free to help everybody? Not just the people that I hope are going to come and be my clients. No, like everybody who sees it. And for me, that's YouTube. Because on a YouTube channel, people on YouTube are tending to go and they're wanting to spend, 20 minutes, half an hour watching a video or playing a video with the kind of like a podcast video in the background while they do their dishes, or they're really looking for a good guided meditation on YouTube. And it's just, and I can put my guided meditations on there, just like full guided meditations on there. I love you. Like, dude, my life has changed from people's free guided meditations on YouTube. So I realized that actually, and I've kind of been ignoring YouTube. Even though I knew Mother Mary told me like a year and a half ago, look, focus on YouTube, girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, sure, Mother Mary, I will one day. But now it's like kind of a full circle moment where I realize why. Because yes, I can share a transmission on Instagram really fast. I can do a 1-minute reel, or I can do a carousel, right? But if I want people to really be served by me and my zone of genius and be activated by what I'm offering, then I need to make sure that I'm choosing the tool, YouTube, TikTok, social media, whatever, YouTube, just like I just said YouTube, but anyway, you get it. I need to make sure that I'm choosing the right channel to actually share my zone of genius, okay? And some people thrive, like their zone of genius is, say, just teaching. Like some people are really good at channeled teachings, and they're really good at giving a powerful channeled teaching in a minute and a half. You know, I have a friend like that. She's just like, boom, video, and she has this channeled teaching right there in a minute and a half, very powerful. So Instagram Reels and TikTok are really where her zone of genius does shine. And I've been in a one-on-one program with her, and most of it is actually just channeled teachings. So you get that on her Instagram. You get a minute and a half of it. I follow another woman who is, I have poor connection. Sorry, I paused due to poor connection. I have another woman that I follow whose zone of genius is around how knowledgeable she is around water and how much she actually knows about water. So she can come on an Instagram reel and share facts about water for a minute and really transmit her zone of genius like that. So it's going to be different for everybody. So let's recap, right? So first step, if I'm really wanting to serve people, like I want to serve everyone, I want to serve the world, I got these gifts inside of me, I want to serve. Okay, step 1, what is my zone of genius? What am I really good at? What comes naturally to me? What gifts have I been really honing in on? And then 2, well, let's say 1.5, really valuing my zone of genius. And then 2, figuring out which platform and which channel is going to hold the space, hold a container for your zone of genius to shine, so that your potential, well, to serve everybody, really, like I want to serve so many people for free, it's not even funny. And I love receiving paid for clients too. So it does both. When you choose the right channel for your zone of genius to shine, you get to truly activate people for free, and you also show people, this is actually what I do. This is what I do in my deeper dives. And they can go, wow, that had a really big effect on me. Beth, I did your guided meditations on YouTube. They were extremely powerful. I've seen a program on your website that has all of these channeled activations. I think that would be really awesome. I'm going to sign up. Right? But people aren't going to understand what I do if I'm focusing all of my energy on just typing text on Instagram. That's not what I do. If you join a one-on-one program with me or a deep dive, I'm not typing text at ya. No, we're going in the quantum channeling activations. So again, I'm choosing to put more of my focus on YouTube right now, where I have this spaciousness to actually do that. So this is some of the work that we focus on in my new program, Soul Mission Success, and this is a one-on-one journey. And here are the two sort of big pieces in Soul Mission Success. There's a lot because it's completely customized to your experience, but one of them, this is right, one-on-one mentorship for your soul's work, for your sacred business, and for really allowing your leadership and allowing your medicine to really roar out and be heard and received in the world. Okay, so we're going to work together in Soul Mission Success, either for 6 weeks or for 5 months, depending on what you choose if you feel called into the container, on your zone of genius and your soul codes. And actually what happens is when someone sits in front of me and we do one-on-one work together, I can see, intuitively I can see what their soul gifts are, what their soul codes are, and also what their zone of genius is and where that lies. And funnily enough, actually so many light workers are not truly honoring their soul codes and their zone of genius. They're trying to filter out their soul codes and zone of genius into a viable business. The thing is, a lot of people nowadays are following people on Instagram and in their emails or signing up for business programs. And business coaches have a lot to say and a lot of different things to say about what makes a viable business and what you should do. So a lot of the time, I'll have clients come to me and they have all this stuff in their head about what they're supposed to do and how to put that into a business, and well, that's not going to work, and it's just like it's not coming from their soul. And so if we're talking about soul mission success, we need to be soul led. And funnily enough, my most successful programs, financially successful, purpose successful, are programs that should not have worked, that should not have sold based on traditional business marketing. They just shouldn't have. They didn't include, like, this is kind of another conversation, but they didn't include a lot of the bullet points that, offerings are supposed to have in order to make money. No, they came from my soul. And because they came from my soul and my soul codes, they were extremely magnetic. And yeah, if you're really offering your zone of genius and your soul codes and you stand in that and you channel that, that's really magnetic for your people. Your people will be able to feel you. So one-on-one in Soul Mission Success first, we got to vibe out on your soul codes and your zone of genius. We got to vibe out on full alignment with your soul's mission. And then also what we're looking at is your abundance frequency. We're looking at what's your relationship with receptivity, with the Divine Mother. I come from priestess lineages. I'm walking a priestess path. So my perspective is around our communion with the Divine Mother. And if you're receiving from the Divine Mother, and if your lower chakras are open to receiving from the Divine Mother, and I can tell also one-on-one when I'm sitting with you, are we allowing ourselves to receive or not? And most of the time, it's just like, not really, this is something that, even I'm very much walking this path as I go as well, like receiving greater and greater levels of abundance. Like there's always more of Divine Mother's love and abundance to let in. Like it just is infinite. So that's what we look at in Soul's Mission Success, as well as a lot of other stuff, because it's customized for you. There's a quantum sessions. And if you feel called to work with me and co-create in your sacred business, in your soul work together, I have some amazing bonuses until November 8th, 2023, if you apply by November 8th. And one of these is $222 off. Another one is you literally receive a free course. Choose your self-paced course from what I have to offer, and it's yours to help you and be a great companion to Soul Mission Success. And then I also have a pay in full bonus. Then you get an extra 45-minute session with me. So now if you feel called, if you feel called to work together, is an incredible time to jump in, because these bonuses are amazing and they're going to go away after November 8th. So if you're feeling Archangel Michael, if you're feeling your soul pull you into working with me, or even just maybe seeing what it could be like, you can just book a free call with me after you apply and we can just vibe out and see if it's a fit. I invite you to apply and to come on into the quantum party. So yes, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it was helpful for you to sort of reframe identifying your zone of genius and valuing your zone of genius and also picking the right channels to share your zone of genius, because that's really important too. So much love, and may your sacred work be so blessed. I'm praying and seeing that you activate and bless so many people with your work on your time on with your time on the planet, on your time on the planet, during your time on the planet. There we go. Lots of love.